was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken, cause you glue all the pieces.
Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Shivangi. I'm a first-time mom, 7 months postpartum, and currently in the middle of packing for our first trip with our baby boy, Tarun. Today's video is all about how I'm planning to travel with a baby in a calm and realistic way. I'll be sharing how I'm packing, what's going in our diaper bag, how I'm thinking about a stroller and car seat to bring along, and all the other baby essentials for clothing, comfort, and feeding. This is by no means a perfect system, this is just what works for me, and I hope it gives you a few ideas on how to adapt for your upcoming travel with a baby. Before I even start packing, there's one thing that's really important to me, and that is to ground myself. The goal of packing all of these essentials is not to have control over every moment, but rather to feel like I'm prepared for anything that comes our way. Practically speaking, sure, it's great to be prepared for a blowout on the flight, but also being mentally prepared to expect it, I think sets you up for success and makes you feel less flustered in that moment. They say babies don't need a lot. Babies need familiarity, nourishment, rest, and regulation. And all the things that I'm packing support one of those things. In preparation of our upcoming trip from Edmonton to Toronto for 4 days, I've been gathering various things in this laundry basket in my son Tarun's room, from toys to bedding to clothing and random bits and bobs. It's been really helpful to gather all the various things that keep popping up in my head in this basket, and my plan now is to sort through everything and have categories and then continue packing as needed.
Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
So I've laid out the contents of that laundry basket that I had been filling for the last few days, and here's everything on the floor of my son's bedroom. There is a method to this madness, so here we have clothing and some bath products. We have diapers and wipes for the next few days. These are covers for the car seat and stroller. Over here we have the travel bathtub for baby, some toys to have on flight, and other essentials to be added to the diaper bag. These are some packing cubes that I got on Amazon a couple of years ago, and I'm not sure if I can find the exact link, but I will certainly link something similar in the description box if you're interested. This little guy is up from his nap and playing in his crib, so we may have some baby babbles in the background, but my plan right now is to fill this Samsonite carry-on suitcase with all of these, other than the things that need to go in the diaper bag. So these are the travel cubes I mentioned earlier. You get 2 of these cube-shaped large pouches, as well as these 2 smaller rectangular pouches. And my plan is to categorize all of the clothing that he needs for this trip and pack them accordingly. As for clothing, I've packed about 5 of these onesie-footed sleeper type of outfits. I've got here a long sleeved baby onesie as well as a short sleeve one. Just again, some basics to wear underneath his outfits if needed, if it's chilly. This here is another outfit with a sweater and a pair of pants. I've got an extra pair of pants in case of any accidents. Now these are more like proper outfits that I've set aside, apart from these, which are kind of sleepwear and home lounge clothes. This is another onesie outfit with an opening at the bottom, and that's great for diaper changes. I've got a striped bodysuit, which he'll be wearing with black overalls. Another cute outfit. This here is just a button-down shirt, and I've paired it with an inner bodysuit that's just short-sleeved and a pair of pants. We have here a pair of jeans and this very cute sweater from Baby Gap. If these jeans remain unstained, then he can totally rewear them with any of these other tops that I've packed. Here I have 2 onesies that I was hoping he could wear on the flight to Toronto, and the red one for the flight back home. And my plan is to have one of these pajama onesies on flight in our diaper bag as well for a backup outfit. Back to clothing, I also have this adorable outfit gifted by my son's grandma, my mother-in-law, and it's super sweet, and I think this would be adorable for one of our outings in Toronto. I am of Indian origin and my husband is Scottish, but we are attending a family event in Toronto on my side, and so I've got some Indian clothing here for Taran to wear. This here is called a kurta, and it's like a long tunic sort of top that is paired with these white pants, which we call pajamas. They're just thin cotton comfortable pants with an elastic waist. This was a lovely gift from my mom and dad for Taran from their recent trip to India. And then we also have another backup Indian outfit in case of an accident. This was also a gift from another dear friend, and it's a little dress shirt paired with a veshti, which is a long piece of garment that often is wrapped around your waist by South Indian men. But in this case here, we have an elastic at the waist, so it stays on, baby. And as a backup, I've also packed some white pajama pants again, in case our veshti plans don't work out. So that's both the Indian outfits that he will be needing for the event that we're attending. And last but not least, Toronto, I believe, is still pretty cold over there. And so I have these slip-on shoes that are from the North Face. Fantastic, and keep his little toes warm in the cold weather. And I've also packed 2 hat options as well as some mittens just to have in case it does get chilly. And lastly, we have this baby snowsuit. So we have our 2 packing cubes here so far for baby boy. The one to the right includes all of the pajamas and onesies that he could wear to sleep or lounge around at home. I've also included 2 burp cloths, though he doesn't really need them anymore, but it's always nice to have to wipe up any spills and drool, because we're drooling a lot these days. And I also have some bandanas that clip on around the neck, and they're very handy to have as we're out and about. To the left here in this packing cube, like I showed earlier, are all the outfits that I'm planning to take along with me on this trip. I've packed each top and bottom together as a set, along with a onesie or bodysuit that he could wear underneath, and that's what I've done for each of these here. We had to take a break to feed this little guy, but we are now back to packing, and so far in this little suitcase, I have got half a sleeve of diapers because we're only away for 4 days, a pack of wipes, and this here is a fitted sheet for the pack and play that Taran will be sleeping in. I've got the 2 packing cubes with the clothing on this side. This here is a brush kit to wash feeding bottles. I need to go fill up this little dispenser with some soap, and we should be good to go. So I fill this with soap, and because it's over 50 milliliters, I'll have to pack this in our checked baggage. And I've also grabbed a drying mat to have on hand so that the washed bottles can be placed on there as they dry. I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit of a struggle to zip up, so I didn't film myself. But I've placed the toques and the mitts in here, and the slip-on shoes over here, and the packing cubes are here, and we are good to close it shut. With the suitcase now done, let's move on to packing the diaper bag. I purchased this diaper bag from Amazon about 5 to 6 months ago, and it's been super useful and super handy. Lots of pockets, lots of storage compartments on the inside. Also comes with its own travel changing mat, which is super useful. And on the back here, you also have the option of sliding the handle of your carry-on suitcase through this so that you don't actually have to wear the bag. And another great thing I like about the bag is that you have the option of wearing it like a backpack with shoulder straps, or it also comes with a longer strap that you could wear on one shoulder or crossbody. And additionally, it has these 2 handles on top, which are great for picking it up like that. Overall, this has been a fantastic purchase. It is faux leather, of course, and maybe over time it might show signs of wear and tear. But in the 5-6 months that I've had it, it's still in perfect condition and has been serving us so well. So we're actually going on a family trip to Toronto, and I live in Edmonton, so it's about a 4-hour flight journey. I'm only going to be packing along the essentials that we need for this flight, and given that it is in the evening hours, which is typically during Taran's bedtime, I'm hoping that he will sleep through most of the flight. But if not, we still have enough games and toys and activities to keep him busy throughout the flight, hopefully. Today is Wednesday and our flight is on Friday, so in a couple of days I will still need to do some last minute additions to the bag, likely bottles for feeding him as well as any snacks to have on flight. But apart from that, a majority of the bag can be packed now ahead of time. So let's get into it. So as I said earlier, this bag has so many zippers and compartments on the inside, and it's so fantastic in terms of storage for everything that a baby could possibly need. There are also several zippers on the outside and side pockets that are insulated, so you could have baby's bottles on the sides here. In my diaper bag, I usually store a travel changing mat, but I have this one here, which was gifted to us by some friends, which has a compartment to put the wipes in here as well. And it opens up into a travel mat with additional compartments and padding for baby's head. So I think this is a better option to have on flight with us. And it would be great to just grab this from the diaper bag and head to the washroom to do a diaper change instead of carrying this entire bag along with us. So I'm placing a pack of wipes in the back compartment here so that it's easy to access. And in here, I'm going to place a few diapers just to have on hand. I'm placing some diaper cream as well as doggy poop bags because it's just nice to throw a dirty diaper into that and toss it away because it helps contain the mess and the smell as well. I'm also going to be packing these disposable puppy pee pads. They're handy to have in case of any explosive spills, which can happen. So we're preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. So with everything now in here, I'm just going to fold it up and put it into the diaper bag. Other essentials that I'm placing in the diaper bag include 2 backup outfit options for baby, a burp cloth just in case, and some noise cancelling earmuff just in case baby finds the flight a little too noisy to fall asleep. I'm also packing a small blanket just to have on hand in case the flight is cold. The last thing left to pack to go in the diaper bag are toys for the flight, and so I'm going to be placing a few of them in this travel pouch here. I've got a pop-up book, which Darren really seems to like, and it might keep him busy for a couple of minutes, let's be real. This is another crinkly activity texture book, and again, he seems to be really enjoying it so far. I've only let him play with it a few times so that it's still new and fun enough to keep him occupied during the flight. I also got this activity toy. It's double-sided with lots of interactive knobs and buttons that he can press and keep busy with. I've let him play with it just a couple of times so he's familiar with it, but it's still new enough. I'm packing one of these fidget spinners that has a suction cup, so this could stick onto the window on the flight or the screen in front of you. And he really enjoys this and it keeps him busy for a while. I'm also packing this set of teethers. I don't know if he'll actually play with it, but it's nice to have on hand. And lastly, these are some bungee cord lanyards to tether the toy to either the seat or our seat belt perhaps, just so that he doesn't drop the toy and it rolls away. Most of these were from Amazon, so I will have links for whatever I can find in the description box. Lastly, this is a pacifier and a clip-on cord, and I will be keeping this in the front pocket of the diaper bag. The diaper bag is pretty much good to go, and these are the toys in a separate pouch. My husband's going to be carrying a backpack, and these toys will likely go into his backpack. Meanwhile, the diaper bag contains Darren's essentials for feeding, napping, comfort, and such. A couple of other essentials that I'm packing for baby that I wanted to talk about are, of course, bath time essentials. I could not find a travel size of a body wash and a lotion combo, and so this is the smallest sizing I could find, and so because it's over 100 mils each, I will be packing this in our checked-in bag. I'm also packing Tylenol Baby just to have on hand because you never know. This is a spatula to apply diaper cream, and I missed putting this in the diaper bag, so this will be added in. This is a little container and a powder puff for baby powder. This is actually cornstarch baby powder that we use. It's talc-free and unscented, so it's perfect for their sensitive skin. This is a hairbrush and comb set from Frida, and I find it really handy and travel-friendly. Comes with a little comb and a soft hairbrush, as I mentioned. This is a nasal aspirator. We kind of use this on the regular just because it's so dry here in the winter, and I want Taran to be able to breathe properly. So this is super useful. And lastly, this is a tool again made by Frida, and it's really useful to get into the little nooks and crannies for babies. So that's all the essentials that I will be packing in this pouch here, and this is going in the diaper bag, and we should be all set. Two more things that I think are super handy for travel is a nightlight. This is one that you can tap on and it comes on, so it's really nice to just have handy on your bedside, and you're not scrambling around in the middle of the night when baby's crying or maybe you need to do a diaper change. And secondly, this is a sound machine. Again, both of these are from Amazon, so I will link everything in the description box. It comes with so many different sound options, and I don't think we may even use this, but it's always nice to have because we are staying with family, and should it get noisy, I do want Taran to be able to have uninterrupted sleep if possible. So this will be great at drowning out any loud noise, and hopefully Taran can get a good night's sleep. This is a foldable bath seat for baby, so I will be packing this along with the bath essentials as well as the brushes to wash feeding bottles. All of these, along with these two, are going to go in a checked bag that I'll be packing later with my stuff as well. Along with the toys that my husband's going to have in his backpack, I'm also going to be placing these disinfecting all-purpose cleaning wipes in his backpack as well, so that we can wipe down the seats and the table tray in front of us before we unpack and get settled in, just so it's a clean surface for baby to touch. I wanted to talk a little bit about solids and snacks. My baby boy Taran has started solids only in the last couple of months. He's only 7 months old, and so I just wanted to have a couple of staples on hand. These are some puppies, they're lentil puffed snacks, and then I've also got these melties here. These two I plan on bringing along with me on the flight, and I also picked up some pureed fruit and veg mix. He has not tried any of these before, so I will likely only be packing along a couple of these just to have on hand. Milk or formula is still a main part of his diet, but I've been giving him this millet porridge for breakfast and some days for dinner as well. And my plan is to mix in some of these fruit purees into here. Enfamil is the brand of formula that Taran is currently having, and received a couple of samples from his pediatrician, so that's what we'll be packing along since it's only a 4-day trip. I will now be packing some of this millet porridge in this container to go, and that should be all the food that we need to take for baby. Apart from this, of course, I still need to pack the feeding bottles for the formula, so including that, this should be all the food that baby will need on this trip. Other feeding related essentials that I'm taking along are the sippy cup for water and a couple of baby spoons just to make feeding easier. As for a travel stroller, we've got this one from Amazon, and I can maybe do an in-depth review after this trip because we haven't actually used it yet, but it closes down to be pretty compact, and I've also purchased a case that this will fit into. So both the car seat and the stroller have a case each, and my plan is to pack them away and have them checked in at the gate.
Oh, my sweet baby. And I think to myself, and I'm thinking out loud, we won't need nothing else for the rest of our time. And I know it so well, I will always be by your side.
So that concludes our video for today, folks. I've done my best to include everything from in-flight essentials for baby, clothing, food, and any comfort-related needs. And I do hope that this helps you on your next trip with a little baby. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Feel so free, oh my sweet baby.